This is the download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news in the business of podcasting. I'm Gavin Gaddis. Here's what you need to know for today, Wednesday, April 30th. First up, economic uncertainty bubbles up in the conversations on the first day of Possible. The general vibe of executives visiting the Digiday studio during day one of Possible in Miami is one of caution and concern. Zeta Global founder David Steinberg finds it encouraging that marketers haven't yet slashed their budgets, opting to hold out in a wait-and-see strategy. 3C Ventures CEO Michael Kassan echoed the sentiment, saying the big players who usually seize opportunities during economic upheaval haven't made any moves yet this time around. Next up, 2025 Media and Entertainment Outlook. Current trends pulled from Deloitte's 2025 Digital Media Trends Study suggest media and entertainment studios are continuing to evolve their approach for breaking through signal noise. When it comes to social marketing, generative AI might be a key to creating hundreds or even thousands of ads with slight variations that allow for even more accurate targeting, an approach that could find its way into podcast advertising, but might also help solving the discovery problem with more fine-tuned pitches for specific podcasts to potential audiences. Next up, unique opportunity, a spectrum of branded content in podcasting. As more and more news sources talk about the power of branded content in podcasting, Paul Riismandel notes the marked lack of podcasting discussion at Branded Content Days, hosted by the Native Content Institute in New York shortly after Evolution's by Podcast movement. He finds old excuses like podcasting needs to get better measurement don't hold water anymore, and the industry has the data to back that up. Branded podcasts work. The question becomes how much will brands escalate their brand integrations. And for our final top story, British and European marketers trim ad spend in the face of Trump's tariffs. As news breaks of Q1 in the United States being the worst financial quarter since the COVID outbreak, WARC and the Advertising Association cut their UK ad spending forecast due to stagnant economic growth and tariffs. The new expectation is ad spend will grow 6.3% in 2025, which is 0.6% less than the January version of the same prediction. European agencies tell Digiday their clients who export to America, including fashion and electronics brands, are considering reallocating marketing budgets away from the United States into local markets where conditions are more favorable. With that, it's time for co-working. This is a recurring feature on the download where we highlight some of the folks working in the business of podcasting. If you'd like to toss your hat into the ring and answer some questions to be in a future edition, there is a link in the newsletter version. Today, I'm highlighting Mark Sanchez, Senior Post-Production Manager, Podcasts at American Public Media Group. Sanchez's specialty is kids podcasts and believes they remain a big source of untapped growth potential in the industry. With a little creativity, he argues, there could be a kids version of all the top adult podcasts. And kids podcasts are a godsend for advertisers who would do well to remember that not only do kids listen to backlogs, they re-listen to favorite episodes ad nauseum with their income-earning parents well within earshot. For all of Mark's interview, including sage advice from a 17-year podcast production vet, check it out now on Sounds Profitable. As for the rest of the news, Deadline has coverage of Wondery signing its first look deal with Lindsey Graham, allowing Amazon's podcast company several years of first dibs at new podcast series created by Graham and his company Airship. Jar Audio has put out a final call for submissions to their Emerging Women in Podcasting pilot competition. That one closes tonight if you're listening to this the day it comes out. Veritonic has announced a new batch of enhancements to their creative measurement solution that mirror recent functionality upgrades made to their brand Lift product, including customizable permissions and the ability to define study parameters more efficiently. Brian Morrissey has an interview with HubSpot Media head of audience growth Kyle Danoff on the Rebooting Show to discuss how HubSpot CRM software has built their own media arm over the years. And an email sent to users of Apollo, the podcast app exclusively for audio fiction, announced this morning the app will be shutting down on May 7th. Users are encouraged to jot down any favorite podcasts they have in Apollo and refollow those elsewhere on another podcast app. Be sure to check out the links to every article mentioned right in your podcast listening app or at soundsprofitable.com, where you can also subscribe to the newsletter version. The download is written and produced by myself, Brian Barletta, and Tom Webster. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Gavin Gaddis. Download us again tomorrow.